po guys. Wait lang. Okay, so yan na. Okay, so let's start, no? So again, for this part of the worksheet, we are not going to consider significant figures, no? Our goal is to just write the answer in scientific notation. So kahit walang correct sig fig, okay lang. Kasi scientific notation lang naman yung gusto ng problem. Okay? So for example, letter A, I have 0.0095 plus 8.5 times 10 raised to negative 3. What is the answer written in scientific notation? So in order for us to answer this, ano yung gagawin ulit? So you convert your decimal into scientific notation. Okay? So paano yon? So you move your decimal point to the right this time. So you will get 9.5 as your coefficient. And since we move 3 steps to the right, the exponent will be negative 3. And then you copy the second number. And then what's next? Now, when adding numbers written in scientific notation, we must make sure that the exponents are the same. Okay? So since the exponents are the same, we can copy that. So that's 10 raised to negative 3. And then we add the coefficients. So that's 9.5 plus 8.5. So adding the two numbers, 9.5, 8.5, that is 18.0. Okay, so that's 18.0 times 10 raised to negative 3. Okay, ayusin ko lang sulat ko ulit. However, this is not the final answer, as you said earlier. Bago natin ma-realize na hindi pala to recorded. Okay, so this is not yet the final answer because our coefficient is greater than 10. What's the criteria for the coefficient ba? It should be equal to or greater than 1, but is not greater than 10. Okay, so that's the criteria for the coefficient. So that means we have to rewrite our scientific notation by moving the decimal point to the left now. So that instead of having 18 as your coefficient, we will have 1.8. So move your decimal point to the left and you will have your final answer 1.8 times 10 raised to negative 2. Again, when you move your decimal point to the left, your exponent will increase by 1. If you move your decimal point to the right, your exponent will decrease by 1. Okay? So, ganun. So, that's the answer for letter A. Okay? So, another example, letter B, before tayo magtawag. So, for letter B, I have 653 divided by 5.75 times 10 raised to negative 8. Okay. Wait lang. So, paano gagawin natin dyan? So, first is that we are going to express the numbers in scientific notation. So, yun yung unang gagawin natin. Okay, so let's do that. So, yung second number, that's okay. Then, yung isa, hindi pa. So, in 653, gawin natin scientific notation. So, that will be 6.53 times 10 raised to 2. Okay. Divided by 5.75. This 5.75 times 10 raised to negative 8. Okay. So what's next? The rule for dividing numbers written in scientific notation is you subtract the exponents, diba? Okay, so we do the operation in the exponents. Subtract natin. So that's 2 minus negative 8. And ano yung gagawin natin with the quotient, with the coefficient part? We do the usual operation. No? So kung divide yan, edi divide them. So that's 6.53 divided by 5.75. Ito, hindi ko na kaya i-mental. gamit na tayo ng calculator. Okay. So let's divide the coefficients. 6.53 divided by 5.75. Okay, so the result is a continuous string of number. I will just copy the first three digits, first three decimal places na lang. So ganun na lang muna. Tuloy-tuloy eh. So 1.136 136 dot dot dot. Okay, so it's continuous. Again, we are not going to consider the significant figures muna. No? Ang gusto lang ng problem natin is naka-scientific notation lang naman. Okay? So that's 1.136 times 10 raised to, what's 2 minus negative 8? So 2 minus negative 8 can be rewritten as 2 plus 8. Okay? Kasi negative minus times negative 8. No? So what happens to the two negative symbols? Pag minultiply sila, they become positive. No? So that becomes positive 10. So this is the final answer. Okay? Easy lang, no? Easy. So for sure yung quiz 1, perfect nyo yan. Diba? Sana. Okay? So for the last three numbers, kung gusto nyo mag-screenshot, okay lang. Screenshot nyo, pwede rin naman dun sa YouTube video, dun na lang kayo mag-screenshot. Up to you. Okay? By the way, if you want to, have more examples dito, pwedeng itry nyo yung videos ko sa MedTech, yung MTY 1103, Chapter 1, Day 2. Okay. Pili na kayo, bahala na kayo mamili kung anong section doon. So, doon sa MTY 1103, Chapter 1, Day 2, okay, bahala mamili ng section. Okay. We're doing the same, no? Nagre-review kami ng ganito. So, yun. So, yan lang. Gumagawa kami ng ganito. Nire-review namin. Kasi analytical chemistry yon, that is 2 steps higher na chem. No? Pero before we proceed with the actual analytical chemistry, review muna kami ng ganito. Okay, so, pwede manood din kayo nun. Okay? So, okay lang yan sa akin. Okay, so for the last 3 items, for item number 1, I need volunteers. Okay, so if you want to volunteer, please raise your hand so you will be recognized. Yung maunang tatlong lalabas lang dito, yung ating tatawagan. May mga pwede pa naman tayo sagutan mamaya. Okay? So, ano gagawin nyo? So, I want you to answer items C, D, E. And then, kapag tapos na kayo, comment nyo dito sa chat box natin yung answer nyo. Just post the picture of your solution. Okay? So, yan. Who wants to try solving item C, D, and E? So, isa-isa. No? Tatlong tao need natin. Andali, wag na kayo mahiya. Kayo lang naman yun. Okay, so let's have Renoa, heart. So, ikaw na dito sa C. Okay. Okay, so Renoa will get letter C. Sino pa yung ibang matatapang nating kasama? Mga psikolohista ng bayan. Let's have letter D. Sino gusto mag-volunteer? Mag-volunteer, magkakaroon ng Valentine's date. Dali. Ayaw pa rin. Okay, yung si Renoa, pwede na siya mag-start mag-answer. No? Let's have anyone for letter D and E. Raise your hand. Just click the hand button here. Ayan. Ayan, parang ganyan. Okay, sige. So, volunteer si Jan Francesca sa letter E. Sige. So, si Jan Francesca. Okay, so thank you. Let's have letter D. Sino pwede for letter D? Okay, pero hindi ibig sabihin na hindi kayo kasama sa magvo-volunteer, di kayo nagsasagot ta. Sasagot pa rin kayo. Then, compare the answers mamaya. Okay, ganun. Last one, letter D. Who wants to answer this? Baka may gusto kayo i-volunteer. Renoa pati si Jan Francesca. Kayo na yung mag-ano ng classmate nyo na ialay nyo na. The joke. Okay. Sino gusto mag-volunteer for letter D? Hirap ng D. Madali. Kaya yan. Let's have Keith Orea. Paano babasa dyan? Keith? Si Miss Orea. Si Keith. Okay. And so we'll have the three people working on item C, D, and E. However, kapag hindi kayo natawag, it doesn't mean na hindi na kayo magsasagot. No? So I want you to work on these items para ma-check nyo kung tama yung sagot nyo. Yes po. Sa mga matatawag natin mula ngayon until the end of SEM, yung pag ganitong type ng recitation, gagawin nyo yung answer nyo, pipicturean nyo, then comment nyo sa chat box natin. Okay? So, ganun. So, picturean nyo, comment nyo na lang dito sa chat box ng Teams. Okay, so yan. So, I'll give you 5 minutes to work on this. Okay? So, again, yung iba mag-work on this, ha? Okay, kahit di natawag. So, I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, so we have answers na from Kit and Gian Francesca. And okay, so we also have the answer from Mr. Kite Francesca na lang. Okay, so sige, Francesca. Teka lang. So let me verify your answers muna, ha? Jan na daw. Okay. Let me verify your answers muna. 1, 2. Sige. And letter E. 1 times 10 raised to 4, 9. Okay. Sige. So, okay. So, let's check the answers. So, for letter C, we have this answer from Renoa. So, that's 3.6 times 10 raised to negative 4 times 3.6 times 10 raised to 6. No? So, since this is multiplication of two numbers written in scientific notation, just add the exponents. So, that's negative 4 plus 6. So, negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2. Then you multiply the coefficients. 3.6 squared is 12.96. No? And then since the coefficient is greater than 10, you have to move your decimal point to the left, okay? Making your coefficient 1.296 times 10 raised to 3. Okay, so the exponent also increased by a factor of 1, okay? So yan, so thank you Renoa Heart. Heart na lang ba or Renoa Heart? Okay. So yan, so thank you very much. Okay. So let's have letter D. Okay. Okay lang po sir, either way. Sige po. Okay. Let's have letter D from Kit. Okay. So this is 145.7 plus 2.3 times 10 raised to negative 1. Okay. So we rewrite this number as 1.4575 times 10 raised to 2. Okay. And then we have this number here retained. No? So what you did here was to make the exponent the same. Okay, so ginawa niyang parehas na negative 1. However, I just noticed that kinulang lang ng step na yung decimal point na. Kasi if you move it to the right, that becomes 1. Move it here, that becomes 0. And move it here, that becomes negative 1. Okay, so the decimal point should be here. And that's okay lang. Okay, so yan. So, pwede pa naman iurong ng isang step dun. Okay, so yan. So, tignan natin yung solution natin. So, let's check. Okay, so kung paano yung maging solution natin for that item. And that's okay lang ha. So, yan. So that will be 145.75 plus 2.3 times 10 raised to negative 1. So I'm going to rewrite this number as sig fig, okay? I mean scientific notation times 10 raised to negative 1, okay? So if I want my exponent to be both negative 1, I have to move my decimal point 3 steps to the right now. So I can deduct 3 from 3 from 2. Okay, so that will be negative 1 after that. So 145.7.5 times 10 raised to negative 1 plus 2.3 times 10 raised to negative 1. Okay, so yan. Be careful lang sa decimal point. Okay. Then what's next? Since our exponents are the same, you copy them and then you add the coefficients. 14575 plus 2.3. 1459.8 times 10 raised to negative 1. Tama ba yung add ko? Paki-check na lang kung tama yung add ko, ha? And then Since this is not the final
Tama po.
answer, okay, so thank you. Since this is not the final answer because this is beyond 10, so we have to move the decimal point once again back to its original place. So that becomes 1.4598 times 10 raised to negative 1 plus how many steps to the right? 1, 2, 3. So negative 1 plus 3, positive 2. Okay? So the
2.
exponent will be positive 2. Okay? So, yan. So that is the solution for letter D. Ayun na. Ano lang, careful lang tayo sa tuldok. So, ano naman, okay lang yan. Kasi even ako nalilito din ako sa dot. Mm. Minsan nga, pag nagfo-photocopy ka pa dati ng questions dito, diba sa photocopier, alam mo yung may mga dots. Akala mo decimal point yun, yung pala hindi siya decimal point lang. Okay, so mistakes can happen. Okay, so that's the answer for letter D. Okay, and let's have letter E. Um, okay, laking sulat yan. So let's have letter E. So that's 1 times 10 raised to 4 times 9.956 times 10 raised to 6. So since this is multiplication, all you have to do is to add the exponent. 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay. And then you multiply the coefficient. So that's 1 times 9.956, which is also 9.956 times 10 raised to 10 na. So yun na yung final answer natin. Okay? So yan. So good. Balik uli natin dito. Hindi yung picture lang. Okay lang. ako nga, tignan mo yung sulat ko. Ito yung sulat ko sa class ko kanina. Ayan bulaga. O, di ba nagkagulo-gulo na? Ito yung mga pinagsasolve namin kaninang umaga eh. Nagkagulo na yung sulat ko, di ba? Okay lang yan. As long as, ano naman, tama, di ba? Okay, so yan. Okay, so we're good to go with CDE. So thank you for those who participated. Na. So expect na ganito yung usual setup natin after the discussion. We will have the sabayang pagsagot ng worksheet, no? Hindi sabayang pagbigkas no? Sabayang pagsagot ng worksheet before your quiz, no? So ganito yung setup natin so that you can review at the same time, okay? So yan. Okay, so this is a very quick question. Madali lang 'to sagutan. What is the number of significant figures in each of the following measurement? Okay, so let's have 5 people. Use your microphone na lang, pero magre-raise kayo ng hand. So raise your hand, I will call you, and then use your microphone to answer the number of significant figures sa ating questions 2A and 2A to E. Okay, let's have the first one. Letter A, 4,867 miles. How many significant figures are there? Raise your hand and use your mic if you want to recite. Sabihin nyo lang yung number, tas okay na yan. Okay, so let's have Jan Francesca. Francesca nga lang pala. So let's have Francesca. Letter A, how many significant figures are there?
4 po.
Okay, so there are 4 significant figures. No? So thank you, Francesca. What is the rule about this number? Sabi natin, rule number 1, all non-zero digits are significant. No? So all the digits written for letter A, sila ay hindi 0. Okay, so they're all non-zero digits, so all of them are significant. Okay, so thank you. Let's have letter B, Irish Gwyneth.
2 po.
Irish. Ilan pa?
2 po.
2. Okay, so also correct. No? So we have two significant figures for this item. So thank you, Irish. Okay, again, the same rule. Non-zero digits are significant. Let's have letter C. Let's have Frances Leydin. Okay.
Lady na lang po. 5
Ano?
po.
Leydin.
Opo.
Sige. So how many sig figs are there, Leydin?
5 po.
5 na. Okay, so thank you, Leydin. So we have 5 sig figs here. Para tayong nasa wawawin, no? So we have 5 sig figs here. The zeros are considered significant because they are in between non-zero digits. Okay. So, ayan. So thank you. Let's have letter D. Let's have Samuel Allen.
2 po.
We have 2 sig figs here. Okay.
Kasi po trailing zeros po.
Ano pa yung ano?
Trailing zeros po are not significant.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos meron din pong dalawang numbers na hindi zero. So 2 significant.
Okay. So anyone from the class? Okay. So check natin if mayroong magdi-disagree. Paisip din kayo, no? Okay. So the answer for 5 sig fig yan. So the answer for letter D is so then anyway, thank you, Samuel. No? So for letter D, this is I mean D pala. Okay. Letter D na. Letter D. So the answer is A, ambiguous. Okay. So may nakakuha ba ng ambiguous or napaisip din kayo? Paano yung naging ambiguous? Anyone who could tell me why the answer for this item is ambiguous? Anyone from the class na pwede mag-share bakit ambiguous yung sagot natin dito? Okay, so let's have Francesca.
Sir, kasi sabi po sa rule na zeros at the end of a number that contains no decimal point may or may not be significant. So, pwede po siyang maging significant or hindi. Kaya po siya ambiguous.
Ano yung tinitignan natin para masabi nating significant siya? Ano yung isang bagay na titignan natin? Nag-umpisa siya sa letter D.
Sir, decimal po.
Okay, so thank you, Francesca, Chriselle May, and Kate, no? So yun, tinitignan natin yung decimal point, no? So we have trailing zeros. They may be considered significant, they may be not, no? So as long as there is a decimal point, significant yun, okay? So suppose we write 2,900 as this one. Because of the presence of the decimal point, yan ay 4 sig fig. Okay, so the trailing zeros will be considered significant, okay, because of the decimal point. But if wala yan, excuse me, but if wala yung decimal point, then it falls under ambiguous case. No? So it could be 2 sig figs, it could be 3 sig fig, it could be 4. Okay, so in order for us to resolve the ambiguity, we use scientific notation or just place a dot. Okay, lagyan mo na lang ng tuldok for sig fig na yan. Okay, so yun yung rule again for trailing zeros. Again, trailing zeros are significant if they have a decimal point. No, elsewhere. Elsewhere yung decimal point. Pwedeng andito. Pwedeng andito. Okay? So, pwedeng nasa gitna. As long as may tuldok, kahit saan, significant ang trailing zeros. Okay? So, that's, pero for letter D, we'll call this ambiguous. Wala na, nakalimutan ko ng spelling. AMB, ambiguous. Okay. Let's have letter E. Itong letter E, medyo masakit sa mata. Ang daming zero. How many significant figures are there? How many sig figs are there? Letter E. Let's have Chriselle May.
1 lang po.
1 lang. Okay. Because, ano tawag sa zeros dito sa harap?
Kasi leading zeros are not significant.
Ayan. Okay. So, leading zeros are not significant. So, thank you, Chriselle May. So, we do not consider these zeros significant even though may decimal point. Hindi talaga sila significant. Okay. So, we only have 1 and 0 digit at the end, and that is the significant figure. So, 1 SF lang. Okay. So, ganun lang. So, yan na. Recall lang natin yung rules na. And then, punta na tayo sa last part. Okay. Yung operations involving significant figures, hindi ko na sinama dito kasi yung ating sinagutan sa PowerPoint, that's enough na para makapag-practice din. Although, mamaya siguro, gawa natin ng paraan. Pag marami pang time. Dito tayo matatagalan sa conversion factors. Okay? So, let's have dimension analysis. By the way, maraming calculations na gagawin dito. Okay? Bakit? Kasi ang favorite topic ko sa calculation sa chem ay yung mga conversion. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag favorite ko yon, it could get complicated. The question could get complicated. So, let's answer all these items now. So, let's have 3A up to E. Sagutan natin lahat yan today para may sagot na yung worksheets ninyo. Okay? 3A. Aluminum is a lightweight metal. Density is 2.70 grams per cubic centimeter used in aircraft construction, high voltage transmission lines, beverage cans, and foils. What is its density in kilogram per cubic meter? Ano gagawin natin? Wala lang. So, we're going to convert grams per cubic centimeter into kilograms per cubic meter. So, ilang units yung i-convert natin? 2. Okay? So, 2 units i-convert natin. Una, yung gram, gagawin natin kilogram. Then, yung cubic centimeter, gagawin natin cubic meter. Is there a direct conversion from grams to kilograms? Meron bang direct conversion yon? Meron. Ano yon? Sabi ng powers of 10, yung mga Greek prefixes natin, pag sinabing kilo, that means that is 1,000 times of the base unit. So, in equation, that will be 1 kilo equals 1,000 grams. Okay? So, yan. Meron na tayong pang-convert ng grams to kilograms. How about cubic meter to meter? Is there a direct conversion from cubic meter to cubic meter? Ang sagot ay wala. Bakit wala? Kasi naka-cube. Ano lang meron? cm to meter. Okay. So, yan. cm to meter lang. So, when we say centi, no? That means kapag if you have 100 centimeter, that is equivalent to 1 meter. Okay? So, ganun. By the way, you can open the table ng powers of 10. Okay? So, para may reference kayo. No? Punta lang kayo sa ating canvas. Naka-open siya sa akin dito eh. So, yan. Punta lang kayo ng Canvas para makita yung powers of 10. Or kung nakabukas na yung PowerPoint sa inyo, that's good. Okay? So, andito yan sa itong measurement PowerPoint. Hanapin nyo dyan yung powers of 10. Kung hindi pa kabisado, pwede tumingin naman dito. No? Even kahit sa quiz, that's okay lang sa akin. Kasi yung questions naman, tricky naman yung questions. Okay? So, ito yung powers of 10. Okay? Ayan. So, if you want to take a screenshot, please do so. Teka lang. Ayan. Ay, ano nangyari? Ayan. So, kung gusto nyo i-screenshot para may copy kayo ng powers of 10, pakigawa na ngayon. Okay? Pero kung kabisado niyan, edi good na. So, ayan. Kailangan ba kabisaduhin yan? Saan magagamit yan sa buhay? Wala lang. Makakatulong yan sa conversion. Okay. So, ganun. So, balik ulit tayo. So, 1 meter is 100 centimeters, diba? So, that means, paano ko gagawing cubic centimeter yan? Paano ko gagawing cubic meter? Edi, you multiply it 3 times. Okay? Kaya i-cube mo na lang. Okay? So, ganun lang. Yan yung mga pwede gawin dito. Okay? So, let's start with our given unit. No? So, ito yung given natin. It's 270 grams per cm cube. So, I want first to convert grams to kilograms. Okay. So, for me to convert grams to kilograms, okay, so I need to use my conversion factor. Nagawin ko siyang fraction. Okay. Sino nasa baba? Yung grams. Okay. So, 1,000 grams is equivalent to 1 kilogram. Okay. Yan. So, nagamit ko na yan. So, mapapansin nyo, the grams will cancel out. I am left with the kilogram, which is in the numerator. So, check ko na yung kilogram. Ngayon, yung cm na lang. Okay? So, conversion factor ulit tayo. Sino yung nasa baba? Yung cm, di ba? Ito, nasa baba yung cm cube. So, if I want to cancel that, no? Kasi nasa denominator yan, saan ko ilalagay yung cm sa conversion factor? Sa denominator pa rin ba? Sa numerator? Or hindi ko siya gagamitin? Sa numerator. Yes. And so, thank you. So, sa numerator ko siya ilalagay so that they will cancel each other. So, we have 100 cm. Nasa baba ang meter. So that pag nag-cancel yung mga yan, nasa baba yung meter. Okay? So, what's the next problem? If I only multiply it by this conversion factor one time, tapos na ba yung conversion ko? If i-multiply ko yan dyan sa conversion factor by one chance lang, hindi, no? So, how many times do I have to multiply cm conversion para ma-cancel out yung cubic cm? So, I have to multiply it 3 times now. And so, gusto ko yung active na tayo. Okay? So, feel comfortable sa atin. Na? Parang lang tayo, cell group. Na? Ayan. So, I have to convert my cm 3 times. Paano nyo malalaman yon? Kasi naka-cube. Okay. Pag hindi yan naka-cube, naka-square yan, edi 2 times. Okay? So, ganun. So, I have to convert it 3 times. Baka isipin nyo, alam ko na naman yan, sir, no? Di mo sure. Ang dami akong pwede gawin sa questions, no? Kaya I want to really go sa basics, no? So basic muna. Tapos para kapag binigyan ko kayo ng tricky question sa quiz, alam niyo na kung paano sagutan. Okay? So lahat naman nag-uumpisa sa basic lang. Okay? So ganun. So yan, since I have 3 CMs, okay? Pag minultiply ko yan, yan tatlo, CM cube yan, and they will cancel out my CM cube sa baba. And yan. Pag minultiply mo naman yung mga meters, you have 3 meters here, and the M cube yan. So your final unit is kilogram per cubic meter na. So that means correct yung equation mo. And after that, you can solve na. Pindot-pindot na tayo ng calculator. Anong kasagutan? Ang kasagutan ay 2700 kilograms per cubic meter. Okay, so yan. So yan. Good. Ngayon na yan. Ito kunwari, nasa quiz. Kunwari lang ha. Express the final answer in the correct significant figures. Sige. Pag ganun, yung case, kunwari, conversion. Tapos, I want you to express the final answer in the correct significant figures. Tignan mo yung given mo. Tignan mo ulit yung problem mo. Ito yun. Ito yung pinapatignan ko sa inyo. Yung 270. Ilang sig fig yan? So, 3 sig fig yan. Okay? So that means my final answer should be in 3 sig fig as well. Okay, just in case lang ha, na ganun yung lumabas sa quiz. I want you to convert this and express this into the correct sig fig. Okay? So you check the original value. Tignan mo kung ilan sig fig yan, then you express your final answer in the same sig figs. No? So since this has 3 sig fig, I can express my final answer as 2.700 times 10. Ay, sumobra ako ng isang 0. So, pwedeng ganyan. 1, 2, 3. Times, ayan. So, kilogram per cubic meter. So, pwede yung ganyan. So, 3 sig fig yun, 3 sig fig din to. Okay? Yun ay kung kailangan ko, no? Pero kapag hindi ko sinabi yung correct sig fig, okay na yan. Ayun lang. So, let's proceed. Next item. Let's have letter B. So, habang nagpo-progress yung question natin, medyo magiging tricky. Though tolerable naman, madali lang siya actually. Okay. Pero mapapaisip ka muna no, bago ka makapagsagot. Let's have letter B. A water bed filled with water has the dimensions 8 feet by 7 feet by 0.75 feet. Taking the density of water to be 1 gram per cubic centimeter, how many kilograms of water are required to fill the water bed? So, ano yung binigay sa atin? We are given the dimensions of the water bed. Yung length, width, and height niya. And then, ang pinapahanap ay yung mass of water in kilograms that is needed to fill this huge water bed. So, I want you to think of this problem muna. Okay? Madali lang to. So, I'll give you, let's say, 5 minutes now. So, gusto ko mag-practice kayo. So, yung 5 minutes na hindi kayo tutungangalan dito sa screen na. So, gusto ko sagot kayo for 5 minutes and then I will give the answer. So, wala muna akong tatawagan after 5 minutes na. So, I want you to focus on this problem and check whether you will arrive with the same answer as yung ibibigay ko mamaya. Okay? So, 5 minutes. I'll be back by 5:28. Okay, so let's check. Uh, so yung answers nyo, keep it to yourselves muna. Sagutan ko to. So in order for us to answer this, you need to employ the use of the formula for density. No? So density lang to. Okay, so let me write density. Ay, naka-eraser pala. So that's density equals mass over volume. Okay, the mass of the water. Ito yung hinahanap natin. The density of water. This is already given. The volume of water, is this given? Actually, yes. So given yan. Saan? Ito. Ano ba yung nasa waterbed? Dapat. Ito yung water. So that means whatever the dimension of the waterbed is, that will represent the volume of the water, no? So ganun. So given na rin yung volume. Okay? So given yan. So we are going to solve for the mass. So we need to cross multiply this. So we'll end up with an equation, mass is equals to density times the volume. So hopefully dyan dumaan yung calculations nyo. So let me write the solution. Okay, so mass is density times the volume. And we know that the density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. By the way, yung cubic centimeter, this is also equal to milliliters, no? So 1 cubic cm, 1 ml. Okay? Share ko lang. So yan. So 1 cubic centimeter, 1 ml. Just in case na kailangan mo siya i-convert into liters, no? So ganun. So yan. Pwedeng may makita kayo, gram per cm cube, gram per ml. Same lang yan, ha? Okay. Next one, volume. So when we say volume, we are actually pertaining to the volume of the waterbed, no? Okay? So, ano ba yung volume ng waterbed natin? So that's 8 feet times 7 feet times 0.75 feet. Parang may nakikita kayong problem dito, no? Yes. Pero continue lang tayo. Okay. Kunwari hindi ko pa na-notice. Although alam ko na yan. So, multiply natin. 8 times 7 times 0.75. That's 42 feet. Cubic feet, no? Okay. So, ito na yung problema natin. Cubic feet yan. Tapos ano meron tayo? cm cube. Paano magka-cancel yan? Okay. So, in such cases, what we need to do is to convert feet into cm cube. Okay. So, ganun yung gagawin natin. So, paano nga ba tayo magko-convert ng feet to cm cube? Okay. So, hindi yan one-step process. Okay. So, alam natin, 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. Okay? And 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 cm. So, we have to do 2 conversions. Okay? So, yung feet, gagawin muna natin cubic inches. And then, eventually, yung cubic inches, i-convert natin into cubic centimeter. So, lahat ng yon gagawin lang natin para makancel yung cm. So, hopefully, dun din dumaan yung process nyo sa calculation. If not, then, ito yung way. No? This is the way. No? So, convert muna natin itong feet. No? By the way, pag nagsosolve ako, dinediretso ko na lahat. No? Okay? Para masanay kayo. Kasi kapag nasanay kayo na putol-putol, magiging ganun din yung way nyo ng pag-solve. So, kapag ganun yung way nyo ng pag-solve, edi matagal na. So, gusto ko yung mabilis kayo mag-solve din. Pero, clear yung conversions. So what I'm going to do here sa right side ng equation ko is to convert feet to cm. Okay? So I will need to use several conversion factors. No? So 1 feet sa baba, so it will be cancelled. 12 inches sa taas. How many times do I have to do this? 3 times. Okay? Pwede ko naman i-ganito. Pwede ko i-cube. Pwede ganyan na lang. So, maka-cancel yung feet cube, magiging inches cube yan. Kaso ano yung problema dito? Some of the students do not cube the number inside. Ginagawa lang nila 12. Nakakalimutan nila i-cube. Okay? So, I want you to be wary of that. No? Pansinin nyo yan. No? Kasi pwedeng dyan kayo magkamali. No? So, yan. So, when doing this short method, kailangan hindi lang yung units yung naka-cube. Hindi lang yung feet yung naka-cube. Hindi lang inches yung naka-cube. Instead, the numbers are also cube. Okay? So, I want to reiterate on that, no? Para alam nyo yung tama. No? So, yan. So, instead of me writing this 3 times, pwede na yung ganyan. Okay? So, okay na yan. Again, yung 12 dyan, i-cube mo rin later on. Yung inches, naka-cube yan. Yung feet, naka-cube. Yung numbers, ganun din dapat. Okay? So, by doing this, feet cube, cancelled na yan. Then, what's next? Inches. So, ano yung nasa baba ngayon? Inches. So, 1 inch. Sa baba, 2.54 cm sa taas. And then, this should also be cube. Bakit kailangan cube din yan? Kasi, at this part of the equation, naka-cube yung inches. So, kailangan, in order for you to cancel the inches cube, edi kailangan naka-cube din yun. Naka-cube din yung pang-cancel mo. Okay? So, ganun. So, cube natin din yun. So that the inches will be cancelled. Okay? So, since my last unit is cm and it is cube, then pwede natin i-cancel yon sa cm cube ng density. So, tanggal na lahat ng units of length natin. Okay? Or units of volume, let's say. So, yan. We're almost done. So, solve natin. Excuse me. Ito na lang sa baba. 42. 12 cube. 2.54 cube. Again, naka-cube yung numbers, ha? Pag ito-type nyo sa calculator nyo. So, the mass is 1189307 point, daming numbers, 557 grams. Okay? So, yan. So that's the mass in grams. Is that the final answer? Not yet. Because kailangan kilograms. So you have to convert this into kilograms pa. How? We know that 1,000 grams is equivalent to 1 kilograms. Diba? So, ganun lang. So, we divide this number by 1,000 and we get the final mass in 2 decimal places na lang, being 1189.31 kilograms of water. So, ganyang karami ang kailangan ng waterbed. How many of you got the correct answer? You can raise your hand now. Okay, so, ayan. So, very good to see, na? So, ayan. So, for those who did not end up with this answer, that's okay, no? Kasi later on, made-develop nyo rin yung mathematical skill dito. Okay? So, good for those who got it correctly. For those who did not, that's okay, no? So, ma-develop nyo pa yung skills. Okay? So, give it more time and more practice. No? So, yun. That's why we are doing this session. Para mag-practice tayo. Okay? So, nakikita nyo na yung mga pwede natin gawin sa quiz, no? Ang daming pwedeng gawing alternatives, no? Ang daming pwedeng gawing lusot-lusot sa equations. Okay? So, yun. Pwede nyo i-screenshot, ha? Na-screenshot nyo na ba? Okay? So, yan. Let's move sa next one. If hindi na screenshot, sa YouTube na lang mamayang gabi ulit. Okay. Next one. A metal slug weighing 25.17 grams is added to a flask with a volume of 59.7 ml. It is found that 43.7 grams of methanol, whose density is 0.791 gram per ml, must be added to the metal flask, to fill the flask. What is the density of the metal? So ito, kagaya ng ginawa natin sa previous question, I will leave this to you for you to answer. Pero bibigyan ko kayo ng clear sense ng direction dito. Okay? So bigyan ko kayo ng bibigyan ko kayo ng idea paano sagutan to. Then bahala kayo magsagot. Tapos ibibigay ko yung sagot after. Okay? So I want you to practice. No? So we are doing this during our class session. So if you have any questions, you can ask me right away. Because after this week, ibang chapter na tayo eh. So lahat ng mga katanungan, pwede nyo na itanong ngayon. So let's clarify ano yung nangyayari sa question dito. So suppose ito yung flask. Wag na kayo mag-asa na maganda yung drawing ko. Wala. Pangit yung flask ko. Beaker na lang. Ayan. Nangyari yan yung flask. Lagyan natin label para alam nyo. So yan yung flask ko. Okay? Then I have a metal slug na nilagay ko sa flask. The volume of the flask, no? The volume of the flask is 59.7 ml. So that's the entire volume of the flask. Okay? Tapos naglagay ako ng slug. Gamit na lang ako ng shape. Ito, circle. Ay, wala na nangyari. May oval sa gitna. So ito yung ito yung container natin. This is our flask whose capacity is 59.7 ml. Naglagay ako ng metal slug. So ito yon. Let's say ayan yung metal slug. Ayan, yung kumpol na yan, that's the metal slug. Okay? Ang mass niyan ay 25.17 grams. And then, nilagyan ko yan ng tubig. So, sana may blue. Ito na lang. Kunwari, ito yung tubig. Methanol pala. Okay. Wow, ang colorful. May ganito pala. Hindi ko to ginawa last sem. Okay, so ginawa dyan, nilagyan daw ng methanol so that the flask will be filled, no? Para mapuno yung flask. Okay, lagpas-lagpas na. Okay lang yan. So ito yung methanol. Okay, so yung methanol, yung nilagay kong methanol, ano yung purpose? Para mapuno yung flask. Okay, so gano'ng karaming methanol ginamit ko para mapuno yung flask? Sabi niya, 43.7 grams. Ang density ng methanol ay 0.791 gram per ml. So with all those info, hanapin mo daw yung density nito. Bibigyan ko kayo ng idea. Ganito. Ano yung total volume ng methanol and the metal slug? Hulaan nyo. Ano yung total volume ng methanol pati metal slug? Yun yung volume ng container. Okay. Kaya nga nilagay yung methanol para mapuno yung container. So that means the volume of the container is the sum of the volume of methanol and the volume of the metal slug. Para saan yung volume ng metal slug? For you to get the density. You already have the mass. Kunin mo yung volume ng metal slug, may density ka na. Ang question, how are you going to obtain the volume of the metal slug? Sa inyo ko na ibibigay yung task, okay? So I will give you, let's say, 10 minutes to work on this. Medyo tricky to, pero madali lang to. Okay? So I'll give you 10 minutes to work on this item. Please use this time para mag-practice so that pagdating ng quiz, kayang-kaya nyo na. Okay? So use this time to practice. If you have any questions with the methods of solving, itanong nyo na right away. Para pag nagre-review kayo, konti na lang gagawin nyo. We are actually reviewing for the quiz na. So yan. So Max, let's use this time now para makapag-practice talaga. So again, ang question ko, paano nyo kukunin yung volume ng metal slug? We know that the volume of the slug and the methanol is equal to the volume of the flask. Question is, ano yung volume nito? Yun yung kailangan mo to get its density. So I'll give you 10 minutes. I'll be back by 5:55 now. And I will present to you the answer. Start now po. Hopefully nagsasagot kayo. Mamaya nakatitig lang kayo sa akin. Sagot kayo para magaling tayo. Okay, so sige. So I'll be back by 5:55. Okay. Kumusta? Madali lang ba? Let's check. Walang sumasagot eh. So let's check whether your answer is correct. And if not, at least malalaman natin how to answer problems like this, no? Sige. So, ganito yung gagawin nyo. Di ba sabi ko kanina that the volume of the flask is the volume of the methanol and the slug. So, bale, volume flask equals volume methanol plus volume slug. Paano mo makukuha yung volume ng methanol? Ang binigay sa'yo ay mass. Paano mo kukuha yung volume? Using the density. Okay? So you have to get the volume of methanol using the density formula. Once na makuha mo na yung volume of methanol in ml, hanapin mo kung ano yung corresponding volume of the slug. Okay? Then kapag nakuha mo na yung volume of slug, makukuha mo na yung density. So hopefully ganun yung ginawa niya ha. Kung walang ginawa, di sige. Pero kapag may ginawa, eto mama, very good na. So let's do that na. So let me erase this illustration para may space tayo. So again, gawa natin ng mas magandang representation yan. So this is the slug, which is 25.17 grams, and it is filled with methanol. Wait lang. So this one is methanol. Ito yung density niya, 0.791 gram per ml. Kung kailangan mag-drawing kayo ha. Ang mass niya ay 43.7 grams. And then the volume of the flask is 59.7. Okay. Then ano yung sabi ko kanina? The volume of the flask is equal to the volume of the methanol plus the volume of the slug. So since ang focus talaga natin is the volume of the slug, okay? So we rewrite the equation as volume of slug equals volume of flask minus the volume of methanol. So, ngayon, ano yung volume ng methanol? So, madali lang yan. Sulat natin dito. Volume ng methanol. Paano kinukuha yung volume out of the density? Density is mass over volume. So, to get volume, that is mass over density. Okay? Hopefully, ganun yung ginawa nyo. Okay, so, that's the mass of methanol divided by the density of the methanol. Okay? So what's the mass of methanol? Saan na yun? 43.7 grams. And then the density of methanol is 0.791 gram per ml. Okay. So ang final volume natin ay expressed in units of milliliters. Teka lang. Lumabas yung pusa. Nagagalit siya. Naghahanap ng food yun eh. So anyway, so that's mass divided by the density. So bale 55. Kunin ko yung 3 decimal places na lang. So I have 55.247 ml. Ito yung volume ng aking methanol. So yan. So since we now know the volume of the methanol, enclose ko lang to kasi hindi ko na siya enclose. Okay na yan. So, yan. So, kailangan makuha mo muna yung volume of methanol so we can solve for the volume of the slug. So, the volume of flask is rewrite ko muna. So to get the volume of slug, that is 59.7, the volume of flask, minus the volume of methanol, which is 55 to 47 ml. So pag subtract natin yung dalawa, 59 minus 55 to 47. So the volume of the slug is 4.453 ml. Okay. And then, since we have the mass and the volume of this slug, we can now compute for its density. So density slug is equals to mass slug divided by the volume of the slug. No? So we can plug in our given info. The mass of the slug is 25.17 grams. And its volume is 4.453 ml. So we solve for the density of the slug equal to ano yung nakuha niyong sagot? 5.65 gram per ml. So that is the final density of the slug. Were you able to get the correct answer? Kumusta? Nakuha niya ba yung correct answer? You can raise your hand if nakuha yung correct answer. Okay, so Rinawa got it correct again. So congratulations, Francesca also. And so very good sign. Okay, so good yan. And keep it up. No? So ganun. Kapag magkuquiz kayo, if you need to draw illustrations like this one, gawin nyo. Okay? Kasi even ako na gumagawa ako ng ganyan talaga to help me visualize the problem. Okay? So yun, that's how we solve for the density given all the other info. No? This is actually called the displacement method. No? So depending on the volume displaced by your solid, you can get its density. No? And this was first hypothesized by sino yun? Archimedes. No? So Archimedes principle or the ano yan, or the displacement method. Ayan, so yun. Hopefully yung iba nakuha din ha. Hopefully shy lang kayo pero tama yung sagot. So let's have next one. Last two problems. Ganun pa rin yung style natin. I will give you an idea. Sasagot kayo. Then sasagutan ko. Parang nagre-review session lang talaga tayo dito. No? And that's the purpose of this day. So let's do letter D. Wire is often sold in pounds according to the wire gauge number. That number refers to the diameter of the wire. How many meters are there in 10-pound spool of 12-gauge aluminum wire? A 12-gauge wire has a diameter of 0.808 inches, and the aluminum has a density of 2.70 grams per cm cube. The volume can be computed, or the volume of a cylinder can be computed as pi r square length. Siguro na paano kayo? Ano yun? Okay. So, before we start, no, ito ako na yung magsasagot na lang. Mahaba-haba to eh. So, I will give you the conversion na lang. Google nyo na lang yun. Ano yun? Pound to grams. Pounds to grams. Diba? So, yun, kunin natin yan. So, mga conversion factor that we will need is 1 pound, 1 lb. 1 pound is equal to 453.59. 59 na lang. Okay na yan. Wag na natin kopyahin yung 2. 59 grams. Okay. 453.592 or 59. So, ito bibigay ko na yung sagot ha. Pero I want you to follow me habang nagsasagot ako. So, ano ba yung itsura ng wire? So, wires, no, kapag in-stretch mo yan, there are just cylinders that are very long. Okay? Cylinder lang yan na sobrang haba, no? And to get the volume of a cylinder, that is equal to pi times the radius squared. So this is the radius squared. Then you will get its length, no? The total length of the wire. Okay? Parang engineer tayo dito, no? Pero ganyan yan. So to get the volume of the wire, that is again pi times the square of the radius, ito yan, times the length of the wire. Okay? So, ano yung question dito? Ang question dito is how many meters ang meron sa wire na yan? Ito, anong part ng equation na to? Ba't ko binura? Wait lang. Ba't pala hindi ko binura? Ayan. So, ang hinahanap sa question ay yung meters of the wire. Saan natin makikita yung meters sa equations natin? Kasi density equals mass over volume. Mass volume equals pi r square L. Asan kaya dyan yung meters? Asan yung meters? nasa length. Okay? So basically, what we're going to solve for is the length of the wire. Okay? So ganito gagawin natin. Before we start solving for the problem, ayusin muna natin yung equation natin. Okay? And dahan-dahan lang tayo sa pag-ayos ng equation para makita nyo ng maayos. Okay? So, alam natin that density is mass over volume. Sa volume, pwede mo yan palitan ng different formula for the volume of objects. Pwedeng, 4/3 pi r cube if that's sphere. Pwedeng length with height yan kapag yan ay cube, no? Or prism. So, pwede mo palitan yung volume by other equations. In our case, since we are dealing with cylinder of wire, we are going to substitute volume equal to pi r square length. Ito, isa-substitute natin to dito sa loob ng equation for the density. Okay? So, I want you to get used to this type of problem. Okay? Kasi as long as my calculations, nag-enjoy ako. So, yan. So, ang gagawin natin, we are going to represent the volume as the equation for the cylinder. So, isa-substitute natin yan. So, density, mass over pi r square length. What's next? We are asked kung ano ang length ng cylinder, ano yung length ng wire. So, that means, yung length natin, dapat ma-isolate natin yan from the equation. So, in order to do that, we have to multiply both sides by length so that it will be cancelled here and mapupunta siya sa other side ng equation. Okay? Ano pa yung need natin gawin dito? Ano pa yung need natin gawin? Yung density. Pag minultiply mo both sides by length, andito na yung length, wala na siya doon. Kasi ang problema, yung length, kasama niya yung density. So we need to divide both sides by density then. Okay? So we have to do those calculations. No? So multiply both sides by length and divide both sides by density. So we will come up with an equation that is exclusive for the length. Okay. So that's mass divided by pi r square density. Okay. So that will be our working equation. Okay. So ito yung gagamitin na natin. Again, pag ganitong types ng problem, I want you to rewrite your equation so that makikita mo kung ano yung hinahanap. Gawa muna kayo ng general equation to answer the problem. Okay? So, let us plug in all the info and check natin kung may mga need i-convert. Okay? So, yung conversion, gagawin na natin siya sa loob ng calculation. Okay? Para isang pindutan lang sa calcu, tapos agad. Okay, for the mass, what is the mass? 10 pounds. Ano yung pi? Edi yung 3.14. Pindutin nyo na lang yung pi sa calculator. What is the radius? The radius is 0.0808 inches. Okay? So, naka-inches yan. Then, square mo yan. Okay? And then, the density is 2.70 gram per cm cube. By just looking at our equation, will the units cancel out? Definitely not. No, hindi yan magka-cancel out with each other. Kasi tingnan mo, you have pounds, you have grams, you have inches, you have cm. Walang magka-cancel. So, ano yung pwede natin gawin? We can convert, no? So, we can convert mass. Okay? So, convert natin yung mass. So, black na yung ginamit ko para makita nyo yung mga conversion. Yung mga black, yun yung conversion ko. Okay? So, I will convert pounds to grams. So nasa baba yung pound. So, makakancel yan. And nasa numerator yung grams. So, that's, ang dami kong so, no? Siguro nagbibilang na kayo ng so ko. So, 453.59 grams. Okay? Okay naman yan. So, yan. Cancel na yung pounds natin dyan. And then, ano pa yung pwede natin i-convert? Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, yung ating mass naka-grams na, we can cancel it with the density. Good na tayo doon. Ano pa? Yung inches. Pag yung inches in-square mo, inches square yan. Hindi mo maka-cancel sa cm yan. So, ano pwede natin gawin? We can convert inches to cm. So, what's the equivalence again? 1 inch equals 2.54 cm. Okay? So, ito yung mga conversion na ginamit natin. Let me incorporate this sa equation natin. Masyadong malaki yung sulat ko. Okay? So, let us incorporate the conversion. So, 1 inch sa baba, 2.54 cm sa taas. Squared. So, mapapansin nyo, the inches will be cancelled and yung cm, may square yon. Then, next one, you have the density. Multiply natin yan with the density. By the way, yung dot na thick, no? Yung makapal na dot, meaning yan multiplication. So, yan, mapapansin natin, grams will be cancelled out together with the cm. However, cube yung isa, square yung isa. Ibig sabihin, may matitirang cm na isa. So, hindi yan completely maka-cancel. May matitirang cm, no? And that will be the unit for our length. Okay? So, yun yung mangyayari sa atin. Let's solve for the numerical value. Pakipindot sa calculator. Yung mga fraction, ilagay nyo na sa calculator nyo. Magtiwala kayo sa calculator nyo. Yung pi, paano pipindutin yan? May nakikita kayong pi symbol sa calculator niya na pakita ko sa inyo. Ito yung tsura ng workplace ko. Okay. So, ito yung pi. Ayan. Diba, ito calculate nyo. Nakikita nyo yung yellow na pi. Okay. So, for you to access that, yung mga yellow, para ma-access nyo yung mga yellow buttons, you press the shift, which is in yellow. Press mo yung shift. And then, yung yellow button na gusto mo. For in this case, pi yung gusto ko. Ay, teka lang. So, shift, then press yung pi. And then you will have pi sa calculator nyo. Okay? Hopefully, nakikita nyo na. Pag hindi, tignan nyo na lang yung calc nyo. Okay? So, again, to access pi, kapag yan ay naka-yellow, you press shift and then yung pi. Yes, Francesca. Yes pa.
Sir, ask ko lang po, kasi sabi po dun kasi sa sa formula, radius po yung ginamit, pero nilagay nyo po is diameter. So,
Ay,
hindi
oo.
po ba dapat i-divide po siya sa 2 para makuha po yung radius?
Ayun, so, yan. Thank you, Francesca. Buti na lang sinabi mo. Okay. So, na oversight ko. So, ang kailangan natin ay radius. So, basically, we divide the diameter by 2. No? So, thank you very much. No? Very keen sa details. So, that's very good. Sulat na lang natin dito. 08 0808 inches. Divide na lang natin dito sa 2. Yan. So, thank you very much. Muntik na tayo madali doon. Okay, so, salamat po. So, yan. So, the inches will be canceled out. Ayan. Pag dinivide mo yan sa 2, denominator yan. Okay. Okay. So, yan. So, again, type nyo na yan sa calculator. Yung pi, you press shift, then the yellow pi symbol. And then, plug in na natin. So, that's 0.0808 divided by 2 times 2.54. And that is squared times the density. Okay, so the answer will be 50783.15. Ano yung unit? No? The unit will be cm. Okay, paano naging cm? Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, there are no units in the numerator. Tapos, yung denominator, meron siyang 1/cm na unit, no? So, wala tayong unit sa numerator. Sa denominator, ang natirang unit ay nasa baba ng denominator pa, no? Nasa baba ng fraction sa denominator yung unit. Okay, so ito yan. Ito yung cm na natira. Walang natira dito eh. So, yung cm lang yung natira. So, what happens is that if you have a fraction sa denominator, ano gagawin natin? Reciprocal. No? So, you take the reciprocal. So, mag-flip yan in order for it to become cm. Okay? So, yun yung mga fraction stuff natin. Okay, is this the final answer? Not yet, no? Because we are asked yung meters, no? Ang meron tayo ay centimeter. So, we do the final conversion. Final conversion. 100 cm, then 1 meter. So, we divide this number by 100 lang. Ang haba pala na ito, no? So, this is 507.83 meters. Super haba pala ng kable. Parang kalahating metro to. Ay, kalahating kilometro. Sabagay, 10 pounds. Mabigat yun. No? Okay, so that's our solution. So, yun na. So, thank you, Francesca, for noticing. And so, radius nga pala yung need. So, di-divide natin sa 2 yung diameter. No? So, yan. Pero kapag radius na yung given, okay na yan. Okay? So, ganun lang. So you may want to take a screenshot of this solution. Yan. Pwede nyo yung screenshot yan for your reference. Okay, so with that, let's answer the last item bago tayo kumain. Okay. So itong last item, ako na lang din magsasagot because my target is to end this class by 6:30. Kasi alam ko, gutom na kayo. Ako rin. So kain na tayo after this last item. So yan. So we have a solid with an irregular shape and a mass of 11.33 grams is added to a graduated cylinder filled with water. The density of water is 1 gram per ml to the 35 ml mark. After the solid sinks to the bottom, the water level is read to be at the 42.3 ml mark. What is the density of the solution? So basically, this is similar with this problem here. So that is Archimedes principle or the displacement method yan. So mangyari dyan, you have a graduated cylinder. Let me illustrate it here. Diretso sagot ko na ha para makakain na tayo. Alam ko gutom na kayo eh. So we have a cylinder here. Basta cylinder yan. Okay. And then may water yan, which is originally yan. Ayusin ko lang para lagpas. Okay, so we have a water here which is originally, let's say ito yung original volume. This is 35 ml, sabi doon. Okay, and then after an irregular solid was dumped into the graduated cylinder. So kunwari yan yung irregular solid, irregular solid pero circle, no? That's the irregular solid, 11.33 grams. After we dump that inside the graduated cylinder, the water level rose to V final. The water level rose to 42.3 ml mark. Okay? So, ayan. So, question dyan, what is the density of the solid? Okay. So, just like before, according to Archimedes principle, the volume displaced by an irregular solid is the volume of the solid itself. So, that means kung ano yung change sa volume, yun na yung volume ng solid, no? So, in equation, we can write that as the volume of the solid equal to the final volume minus the original volume or the initial volume. Okay? Kasi yun lang naman yung dahilan ba't umakyat yung water level, no? So there is a displacement, no? So that's 42.3 minus 35 ml. So we get the volume of the solid being equal to 7.3. Okay, so yan. So we have 7.3 ml volume of the solid. And then we have the mass already and we have the volume. So we can solve for the density. So we solve for the density of the solid. That's equal to the mass of the solid divided by the volume of the solid. Okay. So that's 1133 grams divided by 7.3 ml. So divide na lang natin yan. So we get a density equal to 1.55 gram per ml. So that is our answer for the last item sa ating worksheet. Okay, so if you were unable to screen grab the solution for our worksheets, you can rewatch naman the YouTube video. I-upload ko to after this class, no? After it was processed by Microsoft Teams. Okay, then saka ko siya i-upload. Okay, yun, you can revisit the questions that are in the PowerPoint. Okay, pwede rin naman i-revisit nyo itong sagot natin dito sa worksheets. No? Hopefully na screenshot nyo na yun. No? And by the way, before we end, let's talk about the pre-lab assignment. No? So yung pre-lab assignment nyo, that is about density. No? Kaya nga nag-focus ako sa density. Okay? Teka lang. Ito kaya na. Yan. Tataas ko yan. Yan. If you want to have more questionnaires, more practice questions, punta lang kayo dito sa textbook na to. Dito ko lang din kinuha yung ibang items. Okay. So, yan. So, you can go here sa textbook na to. That's chapter 1. At the end of the chapter 1, meron doon practice questions. Doon kayo pwede mag-practice. Okay? Ito rin kasi yung gamit ko nung college ako. So, I find this textbook very helpful. So, kayo rin. Sana makatulong siya sa inyo. Okay? Idol namin yan si Chang. Okay? So, for your lab assignment, this is an assignment, no? Okay, so kailan to due, sir? Next week, no? So, next week, mga Friday next week, no? So, you have plenty of time pa to work on this. So, I want you to watch this video. So, gusto ko, panoorin nyo yung tatlong videos na to. So, mga lang to, 10 minutes. I think 15 minutes in total to. So, ito yung mga videos na ginawa namin last year. Yes, June 2020. Yan, nasa FAU kami. Gumawa ko ng videos for the lab demonstration. Nasa chapter 4 ako. Kung gusto nyo panoorin. Okay. So, yan yung mga videos na yan. Pakipanood sila because that will give you an idea on how to answer the experiment 1 data sheet. No? Okay. So, for this case, sa ating case sa online learning, since wala tayong value for the densities, okay, so wala tayong values ng mga wala tayong anek-anek dyan. So, ang gusto ko gawin nyo na lang ay you answer the guide questions. Okay, answeran nyo yan. And please, when answering them, do not just copy-paste, no? Because I will check the similarity index, no? Titignan ko kung nag-copy-paste lang ba kayo purely or not. So I want you, when answering this, just use your own words, no? Not the Google's words, no? So ganun lang, use your own words and be concise. Remember, around 40 kayo na students ko dito. So, pag masyadong mahaba yan, nakakatamad, no? So, I will read your answers one by one. Okay? So, we have 4 questions here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hindi ko alam kung mali yung numbering dito. Pero alam ko 4 na questions lang to. Anyway, so kung 4 na question yan, that will be worth 5 points. Kapag 5 question yan, hindi ko alam kung tama yung numbering or what. Pag 5 question yan, 4 points each. No? And don't worry, galante ako sa score. Assignment naman kasi ito. No? So as long as you give your concise answers, we're good to go. This is 20 points in total. Yes, Nicole. I mean, si Justin pala. Sorry. Justin,
Hi, sir. Good evening po. Yes po. Tanong ko lang po, dun sa solve ng following problem, pwede po bang picturean na lang yung gagawin namin sa paper po?
Yes po. Kasi ang hirap
Solutions.
mag-type sa Word.
Apo. Okay lang
Clear
po,
yan.
sir.
Okay lang. Basta kapag mag-picture kayo, clear lang, ha?
Okay po.
Clear yung picture. Baka mamaya may shadow pa yun ng kung ano-ano, no? So,
Thank you,
ganun sa yan. Thank you, Justin, for that, for raising the concern. So, ganun lang, ha? Okay, so, pag essay, Kayo na bahala mag-words. Again, be concise. At least 2 or 3 sentences. That's good for me. As long as complete yan, you will get the full points. Mabait tayo sa assignment. Kasi ayoko sa essay, no? Kaya pag okay yan, edi sige, full points. Ito lang yung solving. Dito tayo magkakaroon ng checking talaga no, kung tama yung solutions. Okay? So you answer the guide questions only. We do not have data for the first part of the experiment guide. Obviously, wala tayo sa lab. Okay? So yan, in last part na lang. Again, I want you to watch the videos. Now, please tell your classmates na lang that are not here, ha? Tell your classmates to watch these 3 videos. These 3 are about laboratory operations and laboratory apparatus. Si Ma'am Blas yung nagdi-discuss niyan. And the density video. And then, sagutan nyo to. So, I will open the submission box by Monday. Monday ko siya i-open. And that's good until the weekend, no? Saturday. Tapos babasahin ko na yung submissions niya. Be concise lang. Upload them in Word format. Okay? Or pwede rin PDF. Okay? So, yun lang. About the quiz, next week, quiz tayo. Okay? 20 items in total. That is good for 1 hour. One take only. Madali lang yan. Okay? So, meron siyang questions na very easy na hindi mo na kailangan mag-isip kasi alam mo na yung sagot agad, no? Pero merong problems na parang nasa worksheet natin. Excuse me. So ganun, merong mga questions na nasa worksheet natin. Similar pala. So ganun ha. Use your time, no? Use your time wisely kapag magko-quiz tayo. Okay? So that would be all for today. Ito palang laboratory practice exercise. Pati itong laboratory introduction. You can read this naman, no? Although, additional info na lang to. Kaya hindi natin diniscuss, no? Ang focus kasi natin ay yung mismong lesson. So, you can also read this to PowerPoints. Ano lang yan? More on the... Actually, madidiscuss din yung iba dito sa videos 1 and 2. So, you can check them out now. So, yun lang. Again, last na to. Panoorin videos 1 to 3. Sasagutan to. Open tong submission box natin by next week Monday until Saturday. Upload your files in document or PDF format. Then next week also, I will open the assessment. No? Mag-open ako ng quiz. 20 items, 1 point each. So that's 20 points in total. The passing score is 10 points. And kayang-kaya nyo yan. Okay? So yun. That's all for today. Thank you for your participation sa ating class, and hopefully you may mga nakuha kayong mga tips, no, when it comes to solving calculations involving conversions and density. So I'll see you again next week, no? Next week Tuesday. Stay safe as always. Bye-bye. And kain ng dinner, okay? So ingat po. I'll see you again on Tuesday. The copy of